All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good evening. Welcome aboard another flight. We're going to do this one down to Manchester from Shannon. You can see the weather here in Ireland is a little gray and bleak, but it should be a nice flight. We'll get the aircraft going, start it up, shoot her on over to Manchester. Should be a pretty quick flight. Give me a couple minutes. I'm not seeing anything on the stream or any notifications, so I'm just going to work through a couple issues there. I'll be right back. All right, with any luck, hopefully things will start popping out. But here we go. We'll go ahead and hop inside, get out of the weather, see what we can do about getting this aircraft flying. Let's see here. Gonna check a couple other things. It just doesn't want to show up. Thanks, Arcade Mac. I'm not seeing it show up on YouTube, so I don't know if anybody else will be joining us. But we'll go ahead and get fired in and see what we can find out. So, we will just stream and see how we do. Alright, here we go. In the airplane. Let's go ahead and... Alright, get rid of this. Get rid of this. Weather seems to be warming up, or yeah, that's what I've been struggling with it for a little bit, Dunk or pal. So we'll keep an eye out for it. It is up on the YouTube, but I don't see anything as far as being able to. It didn't notify anybody or anything saying that it was on there, so we will see. I do have a flight plan. I am up on VATSIM, so we'll take a look at that. You can follow me on VATSpy if that's it. If that's what you use. Put this one way down here. There we go. All right. Well, looking at our departure, should be pretty quick. Quick flight. Let's see. Gear down. Everything else is good to go. We'll bring up, do our checklist. Pre-flight set. Check that one out for you. Engine, ground power, baggage, cabin air, emergency exit good, passengers brief, control lock stowed, belts, harness, everything else, parking brake set, flight controls free and clear. We can go ahead and close those doors, get the cabin and step lights off, and we can open up those shades. Let's run out. Make sure those shades are open. There we go. Nice. Door is closed. Pre-start, we're all good. Circuit breakers, landing gear down, emergency battery check and on, coming up. This will be nice because I'll be able to mess with the light switches over here. Landing gear, emergency battery, panel switches, avionics set, fuel computer, good, pitch trim set. Anti-skid, jet pumps, static source, emergency pressurization, bleed air, and pilot's altimeter is now set. 20 feet here at Shannon. Batteries coming on. Inverters on. Nice little noise there. Emergency lights are set. Hydraulic pressure is all the way down. Pump can come on. Hydraulic pressure is good. Set the flaps to 8. Emergency brake is set. Go ahead and turn off the hydraulic pump. And let's see if we can dial these down. That's so nice. Much better. Circuit breakers, instruments. We can back those down a little bit. Not too bad. There we go. All right. So batteries, GPU, no inverters, emergency lights, system pressure, hydraulic, parking brake set. Emergency brake handle, hydraulic pump off, annunciator lights. Test those. Nice and bright. Everything came on. Set. Those are all good for now. Standby gyro is on and set level. Good to go. Pressurization, temperature controls, we're good. And we're only going up to, really going up to flight level 450. Wow. Oh, sorry. Up to flight level 450. All the way up today, huh? It's going to be a quick up, quick down. Cabin air trim systems are set. We'll go through that here in a second. There we go. Trim system off. Secondary up. Bring this down to takeoff. There it is. That one's good to go. And rudder, aileron, takeoff trim set. Autopilot monitor good. Yaw dampers coming on. And test. Right, left. Right, center. And now moving the rudder. Those move left and right. Good to go. Fuel panel, we are going to need a total of 2737. Let's go look and see what we've got on board. 2737, so we will load this one up. And add about 400 pounds here. Let's go to 2840. Center of gravity's good. We are A-okay. There we go. Fuel squared away. Cockpit voice recorder drag chute. Flight level 450 is the ceiling for this airplane. It gets up there and it climbs up there pretty quick. So we'll see. We'll give it a try. I would probably choose like 330 or something on a flight this quick, but we'll see. Let's make sure we're going to the right place. We are going Shannon, Manchester. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. So we'll give it a try. I said the same thing when I first saw it. Cabin door secure, fuel computers, air conditioner, aux heat, batteries on, inverter on, parking brake set, hydraulic pump off, beacon light can come on, as well as our nav light. There we go. Thrust levers are in cutoff. Bring that one back down. There we go. And we will go ahead and get on to engine start. So we'll start engine number 1. Waiting to see 10% here or any movement there. Looks like we got some there. Add some fuel. Light off. And roll back. Turbine and fan are spooling up, getting to acceptable parameters. Since we are not on battery, we'll go ahead and switch to generator mode as soon as this settles out. That looks good there. Start number 2. And my little shortcut. Alright, think we're all set there. I can see what you're saying, Arcade Mac. And light off and roll back, and we are doing okay there. Once this comes out, we'll go ahead and put that up to gen mode and get everything else turned on. There we go. We are good. Avionics can come on. Static can go to both. Pitot heat can get started. Radar, altimeter, and autopilot can get turned on while we're waiting. Hydraulic pump, no need to worry about that. And we can go ahead and start the no smoking as we fill out our flight plan. EINN, destination EGCC, Manchester. Should pop up right there. There we go. EINN, we are leaving. Pelly, sorry, we'll scoot in. Load procedure, departure. The Pelly 3 Bravo to Peleg. We're off of runway 24. I guess we only go to Peleg. Departure's all loaded in. And then we can go to Bofum. See, we're going to be like right there. B-O-F-U-M. B-O-F-U-M, yep. And then we will go from Bofum, we'll load an airway. We're looking, sorry, you can't see that. Q37, Q37. Exiting at Malud. Load that. And then we will also go Malu 1M into Manchester. Load procedure. Arrival. Malu 1 Mike. Runway 23. That's all of them. Transition. None. We'll load that arrival. Now we'll go over here. Get this. So we're coming in there. They have a setup for runway 23, right? So we will go ILS. Runway 23, right? MCT. Or I guess it's a procedure turn. Or how about final? Add to route. See if that, there we go. That's a little better. All right, a little better, a little more straight in. And departing, we're gonna have a heck of a crosswind. Landing, we should be okay. We are loaded up and ready to go. So, back to here. Spoilers, flaps set, hydraulic pressure good, other engine set, GPU assisted good, battery charging, starter disengagement, voltmeters, ammeters are reading good. Avionics has set, radar not working, circuit breakers in, coffee oven, fuel control governor, windshield heat not needed. What is our temperature? Our temperature is reading about 7 degrees. Lights on as required. We are good. Anti-skid set, passenger briefing, no smoking, fasten seatbelt, parking brake can come off. We are just about ready to roll. With that, bang, 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 done, done, done. All right, here we go. Before taxi and taxi, brakes and steering. So new binding. Bam, done with steering. Brakes coming off. Fuel panel is good. And we will turn around right here. Let's bring up the airport chart. We are going down to runway 24. And runway 24, runway heading is 236. So we'll go over here. Apparently there's a nice little taxiway down here. Oh boy. This thing just gets up in motors. There's the taxiway we want. This must be a one-way in. And we can arm thrust reversers. And then do that. Little S turn onto the taxiway. We were getting ready to hop onto taxiway, I guess, Delta. Flight controls are good. Flight instruments set. Takeoff data is good. Engine instruments, voltmeters, nav equipment, radar, spoilers, retracted. Flaps set for 8. Trims set. And pressurization, cabin air, cabin temps, anti-ice, electrically heated windshield. Crew takeoff briefing is complete. I am it. We are not crossing any other runways on our way up to runway 24. So, what are we looking for? 236. And we're going all the way up to flight level 450. Definitely going to get soft up there, 450. There we go. Kind of like this little airport, Shannon. All right, runway lineup. We'll go ahead and hit our toga button. Get our flight director there. Before we do that, we'll also go in here, disable the trim clacker. Little bleary here in old Ireland, Rachel. Taxi light should have been on. There we go. Coming up to the end of the runway. Arm altitude select, arm nav. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make the left. Oh, yeah, Arcade Mac. We're going to slow up here. Back in the 90s, I did have my pilot's license. Flew for a little while, then I moved to Australia. Was down there for a couple of years. I finally decided to maybe look into flying again while I was down there, but I would have had to learn ICAO rather than FAA. And learning to fly in Australia back then was very expensive because if you broke the airplane, it took a while for parts to get to you, obviously. So yeah, so my pilot's license sort of been lapsed since the late 90s. Flew a bunch of different airplanes. Never did any commercial flying, but careful, Arcade Mac. I might send her out there to stay with you for a minute. She loves the UK. So we're going to taxi out onto the runway. We are line up. Parking brake has been released. We are set. Oh, need to turn those off. Here we go. Line up, runway heading 236, and we will get our heading bug all the way back over there. All right, we are. Copy that. And we are lined up, ready to go. We are going to add some power up to my afterburner stops. Hold on the brakes. And add a little more. We're looking for about 850. Brakes released, and we will fire off. Here we go. Quite a stiff little crosswind here. So on departure, that right wing will drop. And we are airborne. There we go. Gear coming up. flaps coming up, and we can go ahead and there we go. With that, we are airborne about 200 knots. We're going to do speed hold for now. And we're looking for 850 on the turbine temperature. Climbing through 2,000 feet. $850, trying to get these throttles, fuel flow synchronized. Should be about, there we go, 94, 95. Looks like we are synced up there. Climbing through at about 200 knots. We can go ahead and vertical speed. And then see if we can pitch the nose down a little bit, increase our airspeed. Or is it the other way? Nope. We do have some icing. Windshield icing. Get out, take a look, see if the nacelles are icing over. Nacelles are nice, so we're good. Stall warning. And there we go. Off we go. We are slowing, so we're going to go speed. Let's see if we can adjust it with this. There we go. A little better. 4,000 feet per minute. Try and get to 250 knots first, and then we'll okay, we are 847 or 867. Need to back that down just a little bit. 93. There we go. But man, we are climbing 4,000 feet per minute. Already through 10,000, everything can come off. I didn't have those on. That's what happens when you don't follow your checklist. Windshield heat can come off. Over 18,000 feet. 29.9 or 2. So I wonder if I'm supposed to have... okay, it's going to move you out of the way. So I wonder if I need to have this button here. Oh, that's just autopilot. Pilot should be in. We'll do vertical speed. No, let's get rid of that. That's possibly. Alright, down here. So, Keep on climbing, 4,000 feet per minute, and we are ripping it. So give me just a second, get through these clouds, and let's do our top of climb checklist, or our climb checklist. After takeoff, let's see, landing gears up, yaw damper can come on. And then thrust reversers can be disarmed. Flaps up, ignition can be on. That wasn't turned on. Pressurization looks a-okay, climbing a little bit. Autopilot, hydraulic pressure, angle of attack indicators are looking all right. Climbing through flight level 280, no smoking, fast seatbelt can come off. There we go. Pressurization's okay, altimeter's looking good, recog light can come off. Air conditioner set. 350, air conditioner will be off. We are set with that, we're not turning it on. 410, crew and passenger oxygen masks don. So I think we're part of the pressurization. I don't know. I don't know what our serial number is. Where would I check that? Where do you think that would be? That'd be back on the door, wouldn't it? Oh boy. All right. Well, let's go to our approach. We'll go straight to here. And 3,500 feet at Delta 10. So let's see if that's even in the flight plan. Oh, did we didn't even put it in, did we? Load procedure, approach. We're doing the ILS runway 23 right. And we will be vectors. Load approach. Final approach fix, 3,500 feet. So we should be able to go into our utilities, VCalc, 3,500. And that'll be 2,000 feet per minute. Target waypoint all the way at the end. Final approach fix should be labeled. And that is it. FTW3 right. $10 miles out. 38 minutes from the top of our descent. We're stalling. Get some airspeed going here. And engines are running as best as they can at this altitude. No. Let's get some airspeed going. Yeah, this is what happens when you let the airplane get in front of you. You can get behind it real quick. But that's what makes this airplane so much fun to fly. We are full throttle. See what it does. Indicated airspeed is what I want. It's not doing anything about keeping indicated airspeed. Alright, we are full throttle. Yeah, still climbing up. About 12 minutes from the top of our descent, so let's see if we actually get there. Thousand feet per minute, 4 minutes, so we should get there, level out, and then we'll start our descent. In Arcade Mac, I do have Manchester as a scenery, so I think it looks pretty good. You'll have to tell me what you think when we get there. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm missing something when we departed, because that was not a very nice departure at all. It was not. And then, well, Manchester's at 250 feet, so we'll have to adjust our cabin altitude. Still climbing 1,000 feet per minute. Thousand feet to go. Nice and bright up here. Thousand feet to go. Well, you'll have to let me know what you got it from the FlightSim.to, the 3 years ago one, right? I think I got the one from the marketplace for FlightSim. Honestly, I got that way back when we all first started flying together. So there we are, flight level 450, 5 minutes away from the top of our descent. We're going to build up our speed. We want Mach 0.77. So there's Mach 0.75. There we go. Let's see what we can do to hold Mach 0.75 all the way down. So we're going to go all the way back down to flight level, or actually 3,500 feet. So we are stabilized right now. 3 minutes from the top of our descent as we accelerate. So let's bring this way down. So 3,500 feet MSL for FF23 right. Final fix 23 right. Alright. And let's look at our ILS localizer frequency. We want 109.5. Switch that one up. Switch that one up. And our final approach course is 232. So 4 from there. And minute and 15 seconds away from the top of our descent. I'm just going to go ahead and let this little feller cool off just a little bit. $30 seconds. Nice. Alright, and there we go. We are going to start our descent now. Just about 2,000 feet per minute. There's my afterburner detent. .2,000 feet per minute, vertical speed hold, and now we can actually power back just a little bit. Nice little bump there. As it tries to get things sorted out, switching over from It's kind of interesting how those updates work. There's the, I forget who the publisher is for KDEN, for Denver International Airport. But I let them know that I worked at the airport, and that if they wanted pictures or anything to try and make all the expansions a little more realistic or up to date, and they took those pictures. I mean, good group. I didn't ask for anything for it, but man, I hope they use it. I haven't been able to go in and look. It was for, I think it was for the X-Plane KDEN. The Microsoft KDEN is terrible. Well, it's not terrible. It's good. It's better than nothing. And it actually, it can be improved. So to improve it, I offered to help. So I don't think anybody gets too many emails in return, but we'll see. So we're on our descent into Manchester. Give me a second. That's probably what happened. Guess what? That was it. It should be unlisted, or it should be public now. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I work all night and I sleep all day. Now, the last time that happened, my stream ended going for like 6 hours after I ended it because it was all confused. We'll see. Thanks for the heads up, Arcade Mac. Alright. So, yeah, we're only going through about 250 pounds of fuel an hour as we're descending. We are maintaining, we are getting a little fast. So, oh, actually, we can come up quite a bit. Oh. Alright. Perfect. So we can bump it up to 0.77. That's kind of what I was planning on. Because we are a ways out. We may want to hold up right here for a moment. Let's begin descent in 2 minutes. So we'll go like this, altitude hold. Kind of bumpy in the back for the folks there. So going down to 3,500 feet from 33,000 feet, holding at 33.1. Just simply because we got a little slow on our descent. I wasn't watching the bug because I was too busy worried about my stream. But we're going now. We are trugging right along on our way into Manchester. So again, way it will work is we will altitude select, hold speed at whatever we're at. We're going to try and maintain 7.7. And now we're going to descend to target. We'll maintain this speed. And there we go. Oh, nice. He continued on. I'm trying to remember. Or did he fly? Did he fly Orlando to? No, yeah, Charlotte to Orlando's a fun one. So let's see. We want to try and keep our speed. Yeah, 0.77. I'm going to get the overspeed warning in a second. If anybody has a Learjet throttle quadrant for PC. Alright, descending to the target. We're good. I think we are doing okay now. Of course I said that. Probably still way behind the aircraft. And I guess sorry. Probably want to bring our cabin altitude down a little bit. .500 feet per minute, we should be good there. So we are currently at 7,000. That's not horrible. You're right, Arcade Mac. This was a quick flight. And let's look at our approach, or our arrival. We'll be starting that here in a minute. 170. We're off by a couple thousand feet. We're inbound to Malud. Inbound, we're just about inbound to Malud, flight level 170. We're going to be quite a bit high for that. So I guess we could slow her down. Because we are now 14 miles away. We have about 5,000 feet to go, so... Frank, welcome back. I appreciate you joining again. We are just on getting ready to start our approach into Manchester. Been kind of a rough flight flying this one. So we're trying to make 17,000 feet by the time we hit Malud. And we're going to be close. About 5,000 feet to go, 7 miles. We're going to be a bit high. What did I have for dinner? I had some macaroni and cheese. Keeping it simple on a Friday night. We went out and had a big lunch. So... there we go. Coasting in. Manchester's just off our nose. And we are 3,000 feet high right now. We're going to slow this airplane way back. Let's get some lights on. No smoking. Precog. Arm these. While we're here, while we're thinking about it, we'll go ahead and get everything turned on. Chicken cutlets, nice. What did we just had some chicken fajita recipe from HelloFresh, if you heard of them. Pretty good stuff. Coming down through 18. 250 knots there. Alright, we're good. We are at 250 knots. Gonna slow it down a little bit more. Let's make it 230. It's not a bad deal, HelloFresh isn't. Now we're... and we can go ahead and set local altimeter. There we go. Below 18,000 feet. We're going to go ahead and slow our way up. Because we're supposed to be 250 at wall. There we go. We might be getting back on track here, folks. Frank, thanks for joining me again, man. That's a lot. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate you checking back in. Sorry, had the stream listed unlisted when I first started. I have to go rebuild my little template in OBS. So Arcade Mac pointed that out to me. He and I know each other other places, so I sent him the link because I couldn't figure it out. And so yeah, about halfway through is when I was able to unlist the unlisted. So made it public. Let's bring it down to about 200. And inbound there, we are 17. When we're about 1 away, we'll go ahead and activate the approach. All the lights are on, starts are on. We're only about 13,000 feet. Thrust reversers are armed. Altimeter barometric pressure has been set. Let's go through our checklist. Approach and final. Circuit breaker set. Hydraulic emergency air pressure good. Landing date is good. Fuel looks okay. Approach setup and briefing. Position lights, indicators were set. Spoilers retracted. Flaps are still up. Landing gear not down. Landing taxi lights are on. Anti-skid set. Engine sinks set. Or actually, they don't work, so they are off. Flaps not set as yet. Hydraulic pressure is good. Ignition is on. Autopilot disengaged. Yaw damper we will turn off during flare. So here we go. So again, once we're within a mile of Mercy, we'll go ahead and activate the approach here. And we really do need to slow this bird down. And we should be able to, we're not on the chart yet, but that should be the airport right there. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. Here we go. Starting the approach, 7,000 feet. We are a little bit high. Seven 7,000 feet of Mercy. We're dropping below that just a little bit. Inside 1 mile, we're going to go ahead and activate the approach. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. So we'll go like this. Activate vectors to final. There we go. And go to the map. And our final approach course will be 232. So we go heading. And now we go to our approach. And slowing below 200, we can go ahead and add 8 flaps. And I am not entirely sure where we're at, fellas. Maintaining 350. Should get an indicator here. This green line should start to move in towards here. I'm going to come a little more 90 degrees to it. Instead of cheating into the airport. Ah, there it is. Yeah, I see that now. There we go. Ha! There's my airport right there. So we go here. We are good for now, gentlemen. Appreciate it. All right, 3,500 feet. And I am heading out. And I will join the ILS runway 24. It's what happens when you get vectors to final and there's no air traffic control on. So we're good. There's Manchester. Where's the football club? Ah, to the right. Oh, there it is. Got it. There's the Manchester City. Sweet. All right, I'm going to turn back into the airport. There it is. You got it, Arcade Mac. There we go, and there's the airport right out there. I got the airport inside. I'm sorry, Frank, the voice, text to voice didn't pick that one up so good, so let me look at it. Okay, yeah, we're about to land. We're almost there. So waiting for this green line to start moving towards the center, then I'll start turning right again. Then we'll be established 3,500 feet and probably about 15 out. There it comes. And the aircraft has captured it. We'll arm the glide slope. Aircraft's going right through it. There, I see the airport. I was too busy looking at Man City. All right, flaps 20, gear coming down, airspeed coming down. I got the runway in sight. And at this point, I will take over the aircraft. And we are extremely high. And flaps full, final approach fix. We are 8 out. Man, the drag is really nice on this. It used to be so slippery coming in. Now you put the gear down, it's almost like putting gear down. Let's see what she does. Alright, gonna capture the glide slope. Localizer is captured. We are centered. I do have power in. And we are not capturing glide slope. Ah, I know why. Alright, my aircraft again. Alright, that was fun. Alright, stabilized, 1,000 feet to go. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that airport. Okay. Another little crosswind landing. Angle of attacks are looking okay. Oh yeah. A little low, a lot low. There we go. Thousand-foot aiming marker. We're doing all right. Little bitty fella. Motoring in. There we go, not bad. And we can add our flat slats. I don't know, Duncan, where should we go? Off to the right here somewhere? No exit there. We'll go to the next one. Thanks for the applause. Now where do we go park? Let's go look at the airport map. Flaps coming up, lights at taxi. Thrust reversers back. Go back this way. What do you think? What's a good place to park? Give me a stand, Arcade Mac. Should I go up here, here? Double loaded? Man. Continue going forward. Nope. Not loaded. We'll just cut it. Hard left or just over here by these little, we'll go hard left. What do you think? Let's go, just go right over here. All right. Well, Arcade Mac, there you go. Another quick flight for you. Frank White, thanks for joining me. I appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and set the park brake, turn these motors off. and call this flight done. I appreciate you guys joining me for the flight. I'm going to go exit, make sure this scenery is in here. Perfect. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it. Rachel, appreciate you being here as well. We're going to go ahead and shut this airplane down, reload the scenery. And I think that'll do it for tonight. I might jump on tomorrow, a couple flights. Arcade Mac, if you're working, I'll hit you up, let you know. I will try and build my streams so they are not unlisted by default now. I appreciate you guys' patience, and thanks for flying with me. Share this one, let everybody know. If you like it, hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so that when I do have an public stream, you guys are notified. Again, thanks, Frank. I appreciate it. Trying my best, so just a fun airplane to fly. Perfect. Thanks, guys. As far as the time tomorrow, I'm not sure where you're at. If you're like Arcade Mac in the UK, I am not 100% sure. Yes, it is. All right, we'll see you guys. Thank you. Bye, Frank. Have a good one, man. I appreciate you.